Hi everyone, from my living room to yours. We're going to shift the weight from side to side until we find the sitting bones and get into the center where you feel the two sitting bones firmly on the chair. Good. And go ahead and inhale. Notice the length of your breath and exhale and notice the length of your breath. And again. How easy it is to breathe, how far do you feel the breath going in, and exhale. And lift your heel and drop, 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 lift your heels and drop, lift and drop, lift and drop. Again, lift, drop, lift and drop, lift and drop, lift and drop. Now stay uplifted. We are going to move the heels to the right, center, left, center, right, center, left. It's not correct. It's out to the center, inward and center. I was thinking about my right foot, but the left is doing the opposite. So we're going outward and center, and inward and center, and outward and center, and inward and center, and out, and in. One more, out, in, drop and lift, 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 drop and lift. Pa-pam, 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 pum, pa-pam, pa-pam, pum, pa-pam, 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 pa-pam. Lift the heels. And think about squishing something underneath your toes. So we're moving towards the little toe and towards the big toe and towards the little toe and towards the little toe. So the heel is also going out and in, but it's not like in the first movement where the intention was the movement of the heel. Now the intention is to swivel underneath the toes. So it's like you trying to squish something that you don't want. Use your imagination. Good. Down and up, down and up. Drop the heels, lift, drop the heel, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, and pa-pam, 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 pa-pam. Lift the heels, and now we're going to shift the weight as if we're going over a little bridge, over to the little toe, over to the big toe, over to the little toe, over to the big toe, over to the little. I'm doing it with my hands as well, in case you can't really see my feet that clearly. And to the little toe, to the big toe, to the little toe, to the big toe. A few more times. To the little toe, to the big toe, to the little toe, to the big toe, down and up, 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 pa-pam, 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 pa-pam. Hands are in the center of the thigh. Push your hands into the muscles of the thigh. Take a deep breath and see if you can inhale without involving the shoulders and exhale without. So it's the ribs that's going up. Again, push the hands into the thigh muscles and inhale. And exhale. And now allow the shoulder to slide up with your inhale. Even exaggerate it and let them slide down with the exhale. And slide the shoulders up with the inhale. And slide the shoulders down with the exhale. And again, hands into the thighs and inhale without the shoulders. And exhale, allow the ribs the muscles are in between the ribs to relax, and push the hands and lift the ribs. And get a full breath without effort though, and exhale. Of course there's effort. Who are we kidding? Shoulders back and forward, back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. Again, back and forward, back and forward, back and forward, back and relax. Shoulder up and down. Up with one and down with the other. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and relax. We're going to make circles going backwards like we're swimming on our back. Right shoulder goes back, left one goes back. Back and back like you're swimming on your back. You're going backwards, backwards, backwards. I can't see if you're doing it right, so please pay attention. Going backwards, 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 smaller, smaller, and center. Back and front with the shoulders. Back and front, back and front. Make it smaller until you come to the center of the ribs, or on this side here, where if you have a theme in your shirt, that's the center usually. Inhale quietly. Notice if there's any change in the depth of your breath without any effort, just a normal breath, and exhale. Let's straighten the left leg and bring the right leg over. We're going to make the leg across quite a bit, so you can make circle with the toes. And the idea is not to make a large circle, but to make a very round circle. So in my mind, when I was growing up, the image of a Swiss watch was of like symbol of perfection, of accuracy and precision. And so if you can create those beautiful Swiss watches that are completely round. So again, it's not about the size, it's about the roundness. So slow down and create attention and intention. And we're going to change the direction of the circling. Good. And relax the leg and allow the other leg to come across. We're making circle now with the left foot in a direction of your choice, because we're going to do both directions. let's change the direction and create a nice round circle using the toes as the drawing stick for that circle. Imagine that your big toe has a laser with a color, and it traces a line in space. Good. We did both sides, right? And relax. Lift your toes, lift the heels, lift the toes nice and soft. Lift and lift. So you're rocking from heel to toes, from heel to toes, from heel to toes, from heel to toes. Take your right leg and either bring it to the same place we did here, or if you want, you can bring it up to above the knee. I'm going to change my angle so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to make circles again, but this time we're going to pay attention and have the intention of circling with the heel. So the heel is going to be the one that's creating the circle. So that circle will be way smaller. I feel like maybe if I'm looking at it or even touching it, I have more sensation and ability to connect with that area that I want to move. So yeah, my toes are moving as well. They are circling as well, just like they did when I turned my toes, the heel moved. But the intention now is way deeper in the ankle, moving the circle. I'm moving the ankle to create the circle. And change the direction. Sometimes it takes a minute to find it in the brain. Especially when my brain is busy going to the next thing. It's actually, I think, the impossible to really multitask. Because giving your full attention to something has a value. Alright, and rest and just flex and extend, flex and extend, flex and extend, flex and extend, and shake the leg. And let's go to the other side. So bring the leg up above the knee, or if you want to straighten and lower it. And again, the intention is creating circle with the heel. The circle that the heel is drawing are much smaller, and I can feel it way more in the ankle, working around all these tendons of the muscle coming from the lower leg down into the foot. And change direction. Very good. And rest by flexing and flexing and extending a few times. And shake it. And come to center. Take a breath. Find out if you're sitting on the edge of the chair, if you're sitting centered. How easy it is to breathe in and to breathe out. And go ahead and open your legs a little bit wider. And we're going to bring the knees in and the knees out. Knees in and out. 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 I'm actually looking at my feet because my heels are coming up as I'm shifting from side to side. If I don't let my heels, then there's more of an effort in the groin. But this creates like a little circle, like a little heel, which makes it more comfortable for me. So again, it's about awareness and exploration, and find out what works for you and what other possibilities may be just waiting around the corner. Okay, taking the right leg, lifting the heel, rotating, going in and allowing the hip to lift off the chair and rotate. Coming back, we're going to start with the hip. We're going to bring the leg and the knee, and then we're going to lower the heel. And lift the heel, rotate the leg, rotate the hip, and bring the hip back and bring the leg back and down with the heel. So the heel starts and we're ending up with the hip and the spine, and the hip brings us back and we end up with the heel down. Heel up, rotate and hip. And hip, rotate and heel. And heel, rotate and hip. And the hip goes back. And one more time, up and rotate and up. Are you rotating the spine as well? Can you notice? Let's do it to the left leg and notice what's happening. Heel, turn the knee and the leg and allow the hip to take you. Is the spine going with you? Hip and leg and heel. And heel and leg, knee, hip, spine, and hip, and down, and heel, and rotate, and keep on going, and down, and up, and rotate, and turn, and back, and down. One more time, heel, and go. And when you come back to center, start immediately with the right leg. So we're going to go right, turn, to left, turn, right, turn, to left, turn, right, left, sorry, now it's right, okay, depending, I'm working with my right leg, turning towards the right, turning towards the left, and one more, turning towards the right, and center. Bring your feet in the heels, in the feet in the heels, and pa-pam, 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 pam, pa-pam, 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 pa-pam. We're going to lower the eyes and lower the chin, and as we are going to rotate to the right, we're going to look behind us and we're going to come back. So the line, the trajectory is from the head going down and back, so that we have like a parabola. So the eyes, the chin, the neck, and looking back and coming back up. How far down the back is up to you. Explore. and lower, and turn, and back, and up, and head, and neck, and back, and rotate back up. So lower down, there's a slight rotation and a bending going back and up and lower and look back and coming back and going to the other side. Lower the head and chin, and how much of your back is softening for you to look back, and come up and head and lower and bend back and coming back up and lower. Keep on lowering as far as you're comfortable, and now turn. And can you create a line that's smooth without bumps in the way? And now we're going to go from side to side. So decide whether you want to go just head and neck and maybe a little bit of shoulders. Maybe you want to go to the sternum, when you want to go to a little bit just below the sternum. How far is it comfortable for you, and what makes sense for your back? So we're going to go to the right and back, coming up, to the left and back, and coming up, going back, and up, and going back, and up, and back, and up, and back, and up, and try different heights so you work in different places in your back. One more to this side and one more to that side, and relax. Inhale. How long is your inhale? Exhale. How long is your exhale? Inhale again. Is it easier to breathe? Is it comfortable to breathe out? Wonderful. We're going to take the left arm and bring it over to the right side, on the outside of the right leg, and we're going to keep on going back just like we did until the right hand can touch the back of the chair. Over here, we're going to take our eyes back. Actually, you can allow the hip to move. Kind of release the hip, the left hip that's sitting on the chair. Release it. And allow the eyes to go back, the head to go back, the neck to go back, the spine to go back, and release it. And eyes, and head, and neck, and spine, and release it. And eyes go back, and head go back, and neck go back, and spine goes back, and release it. And one more time. And eyes, and neck, and spine, and release it. And come back to the center with both sitting bones on the edge of the chair. Inhale, exhale, and we are going to move the right arm over to the side, and the left hand can maybe hold on to the back of the chair. Release the right hip, and we're going to start with the eyes going back, and heads going back, and neck goes back, and spine goes back, and release it. And eyes, and head, and neck, and the rest of the spine, and release it. And eyes, and head, and neck, and the rest of the spine, and release it. And eyes and head and neck and rest of the spine and release it. Come back to the center. Find your sitting bones. Take a deep inhale that's very, very light but deep. Just allow the oxygen to flow in and to flow out. Wait until you really need to breathe. Don't rush it. Nobody's running after us. And when you're ready, inhale. And exhale. We're going to take the left arm, move it in a circular way to the right, allowing the left hip to rotate. Bring the arm back and up in a relaxed way. It's the ribs that's lifting. Once I get up above my head, I rotate the spine, I bring the hip back, I rotate to the other side, I bring my right arm over the left, and I open my left arm down and over. And now the left arm goes again over the right side. My hip is rotating, my arm comes up, not from the shoulder but from the ribs. When I get to the top, I rotate to the other side and I open the arm towards the back. Allow the hip to swivel and just rotate the spine up and over. And from the right side up and over. And last time, from the right side up and from the back left side down. And we're going to do the other side. Right arm comes to the back and up from the ribs and rotate and down on the back on the right side and center and over to the left and up and down from the right side and up from the left side and down from the back of the right side and left up, right down and back. And let's do from side to side. Left goes up, right goes down, and now the left goes up and comes from the left down, and the right comes up from the left and goes down from the right, and the left comes from the right and comes down from the one more time, and up, going down to the right, and from the left, from the right, and going down on the left and center. Turn your palms up in a posture or attitude or gratitude of receiving and accepting. If you have anything specific in mind, think about it. If not, just be. Notice your breath, the ease, the flow. And I want to thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.